And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. You may remember the headlines all around the world 6 years ago when a woman decided to marry herself. And now she is celebrating 6 years of being married to herself. Sophie Tanner joins us now from England. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored.
Hi there. Nice to be here.
Now, let's take people back to the beginning and talk about this marrying yourself. What was that all about?
For me, the idea came about because I had just recovered from quite a bad breakup where my boyfriend had cheated on me with one of my friends, and I'd been through quite a bad sort of mental health patch. It had taken me a while to recover, but as I bounced back to myself and I managed to regain my natural sense of optimism and happiness, I suddenly thought that it seems a shame there's not a way to celebrate that feeling of, you know, self-love, of returning to yourself, of being responsible for your own happiness. Because I just thought that society is quite biased towards finding the one, finding your other half in order to be happy, when in fact you can live a fulfilled and happy life on your own. It's not the solution to everything.
And the key to you marrying yourself was self-love, realizing that you're okay being single, but you come first loving yourself.
That's exactly it, yes. And I felt I wanted to celebrate that feeling of self-love, and I thought, what better way to celebrate that than with a wedding? Because it's such a nice public ceremony where you're taking vows of self-love in front of your loved ones. It felt like a really nice way to mark the occasion and make it feel like a sort of self-development ritual that can really, set you on the right path. Because I think in our culture, we don't really have any other rituals or ceremonies apart from getting married. So if you choose not to marry, then you don't really have anything to mark that self-development.
Did it ever catch on? Did you ever see other people doing it after you did it to prove to themselves, hey, I'm just as important as a single person?
It's actually really nice to, across the world, there have been mainly women in America, Europe, in Asia. More and more people seem to have been doing it that I've heard of. And I'm not sure whether that was because they heard about me or whether they reached that conclusion on their own, but it certainly seems to be something that's caught on a little bit more.
Now, while you're completely loyal to yourself, you've also maintained the ability to go out and date as well. So is that like cheating on yourself?
No, people ask that, but I'm not trying to be two people. I think for me, my self-wedding was about self-love, and weddings are about romantic love. I was just trying to redress the balance between the two. So in working on my relationship with myself, it actually, if anything, benefits other sort of meaningful relationships, because I think the more you deal with your own stuff, the less your partner has to. So in marrying myself, I'm not saying I'm becoming a nun or I'm never allowing myself to have any meaningful relationship with anyone else. It was more about addressing my own sense of, being responsible for my happiness. And then any other person who wants to come into my life as a partner is welcome.
And tonight we've learned she's divorced herself. Kidding. We'll be back after this.